Let me tell you about an American hero whom the San Francisco Unified School District Board of Education might find, troublesome. He opposed undocumented immigrants to the point of urging his followers to report them to La Migra. He accepted an all-expenses-paid trip from a repressive government and gladly received an award from its ruthless dictator despite pleas from activists not to do so. He paid his staff next to nothing. Undercut his organization with an authoritarian style that pushed away dozens of talented staffers and contrasted sharply with the people power principles he publicly espoused. And left behind a conflicted legacy nowhere near pure enough for today's woke warriors. A long-dead white man? A titan of the business world? Perhaps a local politician? Try Cesar Chavez. The United Farm Workers founder is the first person I always think about whenever there's talk about canceling people from the past. He's on my mind again, and not just because this Wednesday is his birthday, an official California holiday. On January 27th, the San Francisco School Board voted to rename 44 schools that it felt honored people who didn't deserve the homage. Some of the condemned make sense. Father Junipero Serra, for instance, or Commodore John Sloat, the Navy officer who conquered California in the name of manifest destiny. Others are worthy of debate. Should we really champion Thomas Jefferson, the writer of the Declaration of Independence who also fathered multiple children with his slave, Sally Hemings? Or John Muir, the beloved naturalist who didn't think much of Black and Indigenous people? The board's move was rightfully met with disbelief and derision. In a year when parents are clamoring for schools to reopen, this is what board members spent their time on. And are kids really harmed if they attend a school named after Robert Louis Stevenson or Paul Revere? Which brings us back to Chavez, the revered labor leader whose bust President Biden recently put on prominent display behind his desk in the Oval Office. On Wednesday, First Lady Jill Biden will travel to Delano, Calif, to celebrate the state holiday with the Cesar Chavez and United Farm Workers Foundations, her office announced over the weekend. He remains by far the most famous Latino activist in this nation's history, a modern-day secular saint of whom former President Obama said when he dedicated the Cesar E. Chavez National Monument in Kern County in 2012, refused to scale back his dreams. He just kept fasting and marching and speaking out, confident that his day would come. Chavez's main cause, bringing dignity to farm workers, remains so radical and righteous that to criticize his personal failures is still largely verboten. That's why there was never any call by the San Francisco School Board to remove Chavez's name from an elementary school in the Mission District. Or for the same fate to befall city schools named after Martin Luther King Jr.